Okay, it's part C of your term problem for section 5.4. We're going to start by putting this equation right here into slope-intercept form. So we're going to add the opposite of the 3x to both sides, and that's going to give us 6y is equal to a negative 3x plus 10. And then from there, we need to get rid of the numeric coefficient of the y so we can finish our slope-intercept form. So divided by 6 here, divided by 6 here, divided by 6 here. And what we need from this is the slope right here. So my slope of this line is equal to a negative 1/2 when it's simplified, dividing numerator and denominator by 3, which means that if I want a perpendicular line, that it's got to have the slope that's a negative reciprocal. So a negative of a negative line is a positive, and the reciprocal of 1/2 is 2. So my slope is 2, and it's got to go through this point. It's not the y-intercept, so I'm going to use the point slope form. Y minus my y-coordinate, negative 3, is equal to my slope. My perpendicular slope is 2 times x minus my x there, and now I simplify. Distribute, distribute. So y, simplify the right or left here, y plus 3 is equal to 2 times x, which is 2x, minus 2 times 2, which is 4. Finally, moving the 3 over to this side, and we'll have it in slope-intercept form. Y is equal to 2x minus 7. And then we could see if that equation or the slope or the point that we have satisfies that equation, and that would be how we could tell if we had the correct equation. And so a negative or 2 times 2 is 4, 4 minus 7 is negative 3. Absolutely. Moving on to part D, we want a vertical line. Vertical line tells us it's an x equals line. X equals whatever the x coordinate here is, so x is equal to a negative 1,000. And so that's going to be our equation. The next one we have a horizontal line, and our horizontal line is a y equals line, and our y equals lines have whatever the y coordinate is here. So this is y is equal to a 1/4, and that's going to be our final equation. Our next one, we have a slope and a y-intercept given to us. That's the easiest thing of all. Y equals m, which is our slope, times our x plus our b. Y equals negative 4x minus 2. Okay, undefined slope. Undefined slope, well, undefined slope tells me that I have a vertical line. And a vertical line, of course, is an x line. So this is an x equals line. And x equals what? Well, it's the x coordinate here. So this tells me that I have x equals negative 3 as an equation. So moving on to our next one, part H, I have zero slope. Zero slope tells me that I have a horizontal line. And horizontal lines, of course, have a y equals. And y equals what? Well, the y there. So y equals 7.8 is my equation for this one. And so the next one, we have a parallel to the x-axis. So here's the x-axis, right? X-axis is a horizontal line. So a parallel would be another horizontal line, which means it's a y equals line. And a y equals what? Y equals whatever the y coordinate is. So that y is equal to 9. And then moving on, we have our next one, which is a perpendicular to the x-axis. So here's a x-axis perpendicular. This would be an x equals line. And so x equals what? Well, x equals whatever the x is here. So that's 4.1. And the last problem here is another trickier one still. We're going to have to find the slope by solving this, and then we're going to plug into point slope form. I'm almost out of time, so I'm going to pause a few places and show you. First, we have the slope, which parallel to that is going to give us the same slope, which is a 2/5. And now I'm going to take the slope and the point and put it into point slope form. Okay, so I plugged into point slope form. I distributed. I moved the 3 over to the other side by changing it to an improper fraction, adding it, and here's my equation.